First application, wave equation. The wave equation is a partial differential equation that describes the shape and moment of waves. Given a set of boundary conditions such as the initial shape of the wave or the evaluation of a force affecting the wave. It is a differential equation expressing the properties of motion in waves. The wave equation is an important second-order linear partial differential equation for the description of waves, such as sound waves, light waves, and water waves. It arises in fields like acoustics, electromagnetic, fluid dynamics, and engineering. So we'll see the derivation, right? So derivation of one-dimensional wave equation, right? Vibrating string, right? Consider a uniform electric string of length L stretched tightly between 2 points O and A with O as origin. So this is origin, OA is a string. Let us take the vertical horizontal line through O respectively as X and Y axis. Vertical and horizontal. So horizontal X axis, vertical Y axis through O. Let us assume the motion of the string entirely in XY plane, only on the two-dimensional, so it will vibrate like in the XY plane, right? So the equilibrium position of the string is OA. So the OA is the original position. If you pull the string, it will go like this, right? A parabolic, right, path. Each particle of the string moves only in the perpendicular direction to OA. So x-axis, OA is on the x-axis. So if you pull above, like so, the movement of each and every point on the strings is in vertical direction, right? And the string is perfectly flexible and does not have any resistance to bending. Let us find the displacement y in terms of x and the time t. Let px, y and qx plus delta x, y plus delta y be any 2 points. That is, delta x, delta y is very small. So x, the p and q both are very near point, right? Very close on the string such that the small portion pq is equal to delta s. So p q, right? So that is the delta s. pq is the distance, that is delta s. Let t1 and t2 be the tension acting along tangential direction at the point p and q. So at p, t1 is the tension, right? And t2 is the tension at q. This is right. Now alpha and alpha plus delta alpha be the angle inclined by the tangent lines at p and q respectively. So here at p the angle is alpha, at q the angle is alpha plus delta alpha. So this is x, this is x plus delta x, right? Since there is no moment of the string in the horizontal direction, so horizontal direction there is no moment, right? Like a moment from O to A, that direction, that is x-axis direction, there is no moment, only we are pulling upward, so moment is only on the vertical direction, so along y-axis, right, direction of y-axis. The horizontal component of the force tension, that is forces, first tension acting at p and q are equal, so both are equal. The horizontal component of the tension T1 at P is T1, so we are resolving the force T1 cos alpha. Alpha is the angle between the horizontal direction, so the T1 makes an angle alpha with horizontal, right, direction. So we are resolving with horizontal, so T1 cos of alpha. The horizontal component of the tension T2 at Q is, so the angle is alpha plus delta alpha, so resolving that forces T2 cos of that angle alpha plus del alpha. Now both are equal. T1 cos alpha is equal to T2 cos alpha plus del alpha. Let it be T, say a constant. Considering alpha plus delta alpha as very small, the value of cos alpha and cos alpha plus delta alpha is 1, right? So T1 equal to T2 equal to T. So that is equation number 1. Very small, almost 0. So cos 0 is 1. Alpha plus delta alpha also 0. So we are taking like that, right? So the vertical component of the tension T1 at P is T1 sin alpha. So we are resolving in vertical direction, that is y-axis, along y-axis direction. So this time this value horizontal direction we are taking cos alpha. So vertical direction 90 minus alpha. So cos of 90 minus alpha sin alpha. That is why T1 sin alpha. And to Q T2 sin alpha plus del alpha. The vertical component of total forces action on PQ. So there are two forces. One is T2 sin alpha plus del alpha, tension T2. Other one is T1. Both are opposite. T1 is opposite, right? That is why minus T1 sin alpha. So total forces T2 sin alpha plus del alpha minus T1 sin alpha, which is equal to T sin alpha plus del alpha minus T sin alpha, because T1 equal to T2, right? That is equation number 2, because we are using 1, right? Considering alpha del alpha plus del alpha is very small, the value sin alpha plus del alpha by alpha plus del alpha is 1. We know as theta tends to 0, sin theta by theta value is 1. So we are using that idea. So alpha tends to 0, very small. Alpha plus del alpha tends to 0. Sin alpha by alpha, sin alpha plus del alpha by alpha plus del alpha is 1, right? Sin alpha is equal to alpha. Then sin alpha plus del alpha is equal to alpha plus del alpha, because sin alpha by alpha is equal to 1, right? So sin alpha is equal to, cross multiplying you will get alpha. Similarly the second one also. So 2 implies force acting on PQ along vertical direction, which is equal to T alpha plus del alpha minus T alpha. So T alpha plus T del alpha minus T alpha. So T del alpha. So the displacement along the vertical direction, that is y. So the velocity is dou y by dou t with respect to time. So that is the velocity, and hence the acceleration. So d square y by dt square, right? So rate of change of displacement with respect to time, velocity, the dou y by dou t. Rate of change of velocity with respect to time, so dou by dou t of dou y by dou t, that is dou square y by dou t square, that is the acceleration. The mass of the portion PQ is m into del s, small portion, so m into del s. As per the Newton's law, force is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass T del alpha is equal to m del s dou square y by dou t square. So dou square y by dou t square is equal to T del alpha, so m del s. So T by m del alpha by del s. As del s tends to 0, del alpha by del s, which is equal to differentiation, that is rate of change in alpha with respect to s, right? D alpha by ds. Therefore dou square y by dou t square is equal to T by m d alpha by ds, right? That is equation number 3. We know the curvature d alpha by ds because it is a curvature, right? When you are pulling the string you will get a curvature. So d alpha by ds, which is equal to dou square y by dou x square, so divided by root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square whole power 3 by 2. This is the curvature formula from the calculus, right? So neglecting dou y by dou x, we have d alpha by ds is equal to dou square y by dou x square. So almost we are taking dou y by dou x, right? The differentiation with respect the rate of change of y with respect to x, there will be no changes. So that is why that is very small, right? There will be no changes, right, in that direction. So that is 0 almost. That is why we are taking like that. So d alpha by ds is equal to dou square y by dou x square. So 3 implies dou square y by dou t square is equal to t by m dou square y by dou x square. So dou square y by dou t square, which is equal to c square dou square y by dou x square, where c square is equal to t by m, tension by mass per unit length of the string, right, m. This is the partial differential equation, right, which is for the one dimensional wave equation, right. It is homogeneous of second order, right, both sides are with order 2. Thanks.